Hello, and thank you for watching this regional update for the Corn Belt. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll check out the satellite picture here first thing on Tuesday morning. We have got a frontal boundary draped right around this region and tons of Gulf moisture coming up over the top of that, leading to a big area of cloudiness and a big area of showers and storms and some wintry precipitation on the south end of that as some very cold air comes diving in across the Rockies into the southern plains. We've also got Zeta, tropical storm Zeta right now expected to make its way back across the Gulf, then eventually curving off to the north and east, making landfall across coastal Louisiana, coastal Mississippi as we get into Wednesday evening. Now we'll look at the radar picture right now, and again here is the big area of precipitation kind of running up and over the top of that boundary, and it's right across this region from New Mexico into the Panhandles, western Oklahoma, where we have a winter storm taking shape with accumulating snow and an ice storm across, again, parts of western Oklahoma back into the Panhandle of Texas. As you make your way further off to the north, we've just got a cold rain falling across parts of Missouri, Illinois, off into the eastern Corn Belt here as we head into our Tuesday. Now looking at the temperatures here, 6 o'clock this morning, here is all of the cold air making its way down across the central Rockies, spilling down into the central and southern plains as we head through the day today. Warm air advection out ahead of the cutoff low across the southern plains, keeping things quite warm as you go into parts of the mid-south down toward the Gulf Coast. Now here's a map that shows all of the locations that are approaching or surpassing official temperature or low temperatures here across, again, all the way from the Great Lakes down into the southern plains. A huge area here with record-breaking cold as we get going here on this Tuesday, October 27th. Now we're looking at the next 5 days, our temperature anomalies on the left and the precipitation forecast on the right. Again, the coldest air is going to be situated across the central and southern plains with that cutoff low. That air mass will slowly start to modify as we head deeper into the week, but we're going to be keeping things on the cool side across the midsection of the country through the end of the week. We've also got a bunch of rain to talk about across parts of, generally along and south of I-70 from Kansas to Ohio. And again, some of this from Zeta as it makes its way off to the north and the east. But then we've also got our big cutoff low, again, situated across the Four Corners region. That is eventually going to make its way slowly off to the east, tapping into the Gulf of Mexico as we head through the next 3 to 4 days. So here's the upper level pattern driving all of this. We've got Zeta down here across the Yucatan, slowly going to be making its way back across the Gulf of Mexico. Jet stream very amplified. We've got a trough across the Pacific, the ridge across the Pacific, the big trough here across the desert southwest. This low cutting itself off and then slowly making its way off to the east as we head through the next 3 to 4 days. And then this, as it does so, we'll be picking up Zeta, and that's what deflects it off to the east as we head into Wednesday night into Thursday. So we'll put this into motion, watching Zeta and our upper level trough converging here on the Gulf Coast. And as we get into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, that trough does pick up Zeta and fling it again off to the northeast toward the Carolinas as we head into Thursday. Now, as this thing slowly, as I say this thing, I mean this cutoff low slowly makes its way from west to east across the Gulf Coast. That's going to be continuing to drive Gulf moisture northward, continuing the heavy rainfall threat across the Ohio River Valley back into the mid-Mississippi Valley as we head through the end of the week. On the backside of this, though, a lot of dry air, ridging coming in there. We're going to be entering a much quieter, drier pattern across the Corn Belt as we head into the weekend and next week. So the hazards map from the National Weather Service, pretty quiet across the Corn Belt, but parts of Kansas, Missouri starting to tap into some of those winter weather advisories as the storm system starts to make its way into the central plains over the next 24 to 48 hours. Elsewhere, we are quiet as far as the National Weather Service hazards map goes across the Corn Belt, specifically from the Dakotas back down to the Mid-South. And then on the right, we've got the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center for Tropical Storms Zeta, expected again to become a hurricane as we head through the day today into tonight as Zeta makes its way back over the warm Gulf of Mexico waters. And that'll be the case as we head into Wednesday afternoon until this thing makes a landfall again across coastal portions of Louisiana and Mississippi as we head into Wednesday night, expected to do so as a hurricane. It'll then make its way off to the north and to the east, lifting into parts of the mid-south here as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's, again, just eastern portions of Kentucky and Tennessee. We'll be seeing a lot of rain across that area, both from Zeta, the big moisture surge that comes with it, and the trough that's going to be coming in from the west. And that'll be illustrated really well here with the precipitable water plot as we just animate this over the next 3 to 4 days. Again, tons of deep moisture down here across the Gulf associated with tropical storm, soon to be Hurricane Zeta over the next 3 to 4 days. Now, what's really fascinating here to this meteorologist, as we've got our big trough coming in across the west. We've got strong upper level flow like this. We would normally be pulling advection or moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico, and we're doing that, but we're also advecting a hurricane into the warm sector of our storm system. So a huge surge of moisture comes in with this trough. So here you can see the cold front punching in, much drier air coming in from the west. As we get into, this is midnight, Wednesday night into Thursday, but this is just a recipe for a lot of heavy soaking rain from the Gulf Coast northward to the Ohio River Valley as we head through Wednesday night into the day on Thursday. Now, as I take this a little bit further, we're into Thursday morning now, sunrise on Thursday, taking it into Thursday evening, and now Friday, you see the big surge of dry air coming in on the backside. That is going to shut precipitation down across the region as we head into the weekend and next week. So here's the precipitation forecast as we head through the end of the week. Again, you can watch Zeta coming up through the Gulf. You can watch our big winter storm organizing across the south. We've got an ice storm taking shape from parts of Kansas into western Oklahoma. The Oklahoma City area going to be hit hard by this one. And then mixed precipitation all the way back into New Mexico where we've got some snow accumulating. So this is the picture as we head into sunset this evening. This will be Tuesday evening right around 7 p.m. The winter storm ongoing across the southwest, parts of Kansas into Missouri, tapping into some light rain. Very light showers possible across the eastern Corn Belt from central Illinois into Indiana and Ohio. Just minor accumulation expected there. Just, again, very light showers, very light drizzle in that area. It'll be quiet-ish across the Corn Belt as we head into Wednesday morning, but then Zeta and our little low begin to push off to the west, start lifting moisture further to the north. And again, this is going to be really, high 70 is going to be kind of the rough cutoff for some of the real heavy soaking rains from Kansas east through Missouri, Illinois, and then into Indiana and Ohio. So this is the picture on Wednesday afternoon. This will be sunset Wednesday afternoon. We've got heavy rain lifting into Kentucky and Tennessee, parts of southern Illinois, and then back into Kansas. Let's go ahead and get it to Thursday morning as we wake up. Heavy soaking rain now making its way into the Mid-South, the Ohio River Valley, against southern Illinois, southern Indiana, southern Ohio, southward into Kentucky and Tennessee, seeing some very heavy rain on Thursday morning. Rain continuing all the way back down Interstate 70 into Kansas and Missouri. This will be as we head into Thursday afternoon, and then 7 p.m. on Thursday evening as the sun goes down. Rain beginning to let up, but still falling here across the Ohio River Valley back into the Ozarks as both the upper level low and Zeta continue to push off toward the east coast. It looks like precipitation really tapers off across the Corn Belt as we get into Friday morning. So this is the picture here Friday as the sun comes up. Zeta and the upper level low are pushing off across the northeast. We've got snow falling across parts of the northeast. Just a lot of cool air on the backside of this one. Some very, very light showers possible across the Dakotas, but not expecting anything accumulating at this point back across that region. We really should be heading into a drier pattern as we head into the weekend and next week. So here's the next 5 days, total precipitation on the left, and then we've got the snowfall forecast through Friday evening on the right as well. We'll be stacking up quite a bit of snow back across parts of New Mexico, the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Some accumulating snow possible south of I-70 across Kansas into west central Missouri as well. The snow should taper off as you head further east to the east, not expecting any flakes or any accumulation across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. That's where we'll be seeing the heavy soaking rain as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. So the total precipitation forecast again, we've got Zeta coming up across coastal Louisiana, coastal Mississippi, and then curving off to the north and to the east. And then we will just be enduring several more days of heavy rain, generally, again, along and south of I-70. I-70 won't be the hard cutoff line, but I think that's going to be roughly where the heaviest soaking rains fall. And then just a little bit north of that, we will see quite the sharp cutoff on the north edge of this precipitation, kind of through northern Kansas into northern Missouri, central Illinois, and then off across northern Indiana and northern Ohio. We'll see some gusty winds at times, obviously with Hurricane Zeta and its remnants, but also on the backside of our trough across parts of the Central Plains into the Ozarks as we head through the day on Thursday. This will be our wind gusts Wednesday night into Thursday. Strong winds associated with Zeta as it makes landfall here across coastal portions of Mississippi into Alabama. The strongest wind fields on the east side of Zeta as it makes its way into or across the land. And then we've got strong northerly flow coming in on the backside of our trough as it makes its way to the west as we head into the day on Thursday. So Thursday, winds gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour on the north edge of our storm system. So it will be a blustery, cold rain from parts of Kansas into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio as we head through the day on Thursday. Nothing pleasant about that. Again, it'll be a raw, cold, and blustery rain falling across the Ohio River Valley, the mid-Mississippi Valley, and the eastern Corn Belt as we head through the day on Thursday. We'll finish with a look at the high temperatures then. Today, bitterly cold across the panhandles, 20s, 30s across the Central Plains, 30s and 40s, really for just about everyone in the Corn Belt today, except for the Mid-South, Kentucky and Tennessee. You tap into a little bit of warmer air across that area. Here are your highs on Wednesday. And then here's Thursday. Again, this is the time we'll be seeing all of the soaking rain across this region. Temperatures in the 40s, blustery winds out of the north, and a heavy, steady rain across the region. Rain moves off to the east on Friday. Cooler temperatures do linger, but we will start to modify that air mass, warming it up slightly as we head into the weekend, entering a much drier, quieter stretch across the Corn Belt as we head into next week.